Here with Wii Sports, our 100% journey. The next two training things that I want to get underway are power bowling, whatever they call it, power throws, which is like 100-pin bowling or so, and the target practice golf one. Of the two, I suspect the bowling one will be easier, but I mean, this one took 4 hours as well. Both of these took 4 hours, if I'm not mistaken. At the end, I'll have a big recap where I show this whole screen and I just put over each tile how many hours it took us for each of them. So far, the most any took us was this one, which took us 9.5, and the least any of them took us, which is this one, which was like 52 minutes. So, well, as long as we don't go above 9.5 hours, we probably should be pretty confident in our abilities with all of these. I don't want too much preamble. Let's do this. As per usual, I'll probably talk my way through the first 2 or so attempts, and then I'll just try and hush, and you'll only hear me chip in, whatever, pitch in. Is there some phrase I can use that doesn't sound like a sports pun? You'll only hear me pipe up when, oh, stage 1, 10 pins. Oh, it gets a bit more each time, is it? Oh, interesting. You'll only hear me pipe up each time when I learn something new about the situation. So I have 10 balls. Is the idea that I get every single one each time? I'm not allowed to miss any? Interesting, and they're putting guardrails around for me. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but let's start with that. That seems like good. I wonder what the platinum score is going to be. Oh, okay, no, it's telling me there are 10 courses. Each of which will grow in the number of pins. So this one is 20, and so it's about the number of pins I get overall, I suppose. Whammo! Ah, damn it. Do I have to get them all in one go, or can it be like that? Oh no, okay, it just adds each time, and it's just tallying how many I actually landed. So there were 20 in that first one? Or did it add it because I got a strike? I guess that's probably it. So it's just like, get a good score, basically. Like that, essentially. Oh man, I hope it's not, you don't have to pull a perfect one to get it. 21 pins time, oh right, so times 2 because I got a strike. I see what they're saying. I understand. I'm getting there slowly but surely, so the little check mark means I got a strike on that one. Cool, I mean, strike practice, I usually have been doing strikes with very sharp movements like this, so it's not unheard of for me to get strikes kind of frequently in a row like this. The trick is that it moves back each time, so that does affect my, my overall scope of things, and if strikes double your score, it sort of implies that I'm going to have to get a fair number of them to get a respectable score, because otherwise one strike on one of the higher ones would get you a platinum even if you messed up the other ones. They probably expect you to get like at least half strikes, would be my guess. So far, it doesn't sound like it's going to be too bad. Bowling strikes on the main bowling game was kind of something we were doing a lot. So this is not what I expected, that it would sort of ramp up in intensity as you went. I was kind of expecting it would be more like you'd have 10 sets of doing 100 pins. I don't get the sense I'm going to get a very good medal for this one. Probably have to get like majority strikes if you really want a platinum medal, were I to guess. I mean, I'm not getting horrible scores on these. I'm usually only leaving like a handful of pins, but I get really throw it with power if I want to get those strikes. Yeah, that looks closer to a strike. Oh my god, one of those pins like went all the way over, across the whole thing. Can I see that again, please? Whoa! You see that one? It was like, yeah! Just like lurched. Oh, so this is the final one, so you don't actually ever do it? 100 pins? Am I right about that, or or are we on the 9th one, maybe? I can't really tell. But yeah, power is what I'm missing in these throws for sure. My angles so far have been alright. Oh no, that's the end. Maybe you only get to do 100 if you did better. That didn't even count as a single medal. Oh no. They really want you to get strikes on these. But then again, like I said, that last one, since you can get the potential to double all of them, the later ones are worth leagues more. Okay, this is a little different from what I expected, but not too different. Oh! Okay, good. This one's a lot of fun. Yay! Of course I say that now. I might not be saying that when I have to get a perfect one. But we've gotten somewhat close to a perfect game, in that we've usually been only missing like a grand total of like 12 pins so far, I guess. But yeah, you really do have to hit it a fast roll like that, otherwise it's no good. So I'm guessing 500 will be worth a bronze. Yeah, based on the music.
You earned a silver medal.
Oh, that was silver. So I skipped bronze. Huh. I'll give it a few more goes and see if, and then if I'm really like at my wit's end, I'll look up what the platinum score is. But so far, I've been able to get near a strike on most of them. So I think the second I do land that strike on one of those later ones, it's going to be worth so much and it's going to be incredible. It's really the fact that the distance shifts each time that is kind of confusing. Or does the distance shift, or I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell if the distance shifts, but it feels different based on the way the whole thing is set up. I suppose, since they give you the guardrails, does it make, in theory, is there a strat where you just bounce it off the walls over and over? Like, throw it as hard as you can into the guard and it just kind of smashes in between them all? Okay, well that got a strike, not in the way I anticipated, but it probably loses too much speed that way. Now in Wii Sports Resort, if you threw it right up onto the guardrail, it would just count as an instant strike. But I doubt that works here. Damn, some of those went, like, hit the ceiling. This would probably be so fun in real life, dude. You'd have to wait, like, hours for the machine to set it up again if there was a machine capable. I bet the second we do get a strike on that last one, it's going to bring our medal score up to gold. Regardless of how poorly I've done the other ones. Maybe I should wait for her to get all the way up there, and then... Oh. Well, I know, never mind. It's weird the way that works. I don't know how the power is affected by how long you wait for her animation. Ah! Cheeky single pin. Or if it's better to just do it off the bat like that. Yes!
Nice throw.
Thank you. We're already on track to get a way better score here, so long as I don't utterly flub both of these. And if I got both of them as strikes, it'd be an incredible score, I think. Oh, I had too much height on that. Okay, I totally flubbed it, like the thing I just said not to do. Even still, we're up at like 520 or so now. So if we got a strike here, we'll be improving our score by hundreds. But it doesn't look like I'm gonna. Even still, it's an improvement. That's gold. Okay, all right. In 12 minutes. Now, we've been here before. We've gotten the gold in like 13 minutes, and the rest of it's been hard. But I'm not going to look at the medal score just yet. I'm going to hope it's something reasonable. I should know better now by now, probably. But it seems unlikely they'd ask you to get all strikes, considering it's a little. It seems so far, from my limited experience, a bit harder to get consistently get a strike on this than the actual bowling alley. There are probably a bunch of people who think my strat of going to the side and curving it a bunch is silly and bad, and that's okay. It works for me. It's how it feels. Ooh, I had a bit more height on that than I meant. You can see a bit of slowdown there. I keep consistently missing a few right at the front on the right side, so maybe I'm going a little too far to the left before I do my curve, because maybe... Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. Maybe those two in the front that I'm missing are the ones that the ball should have hit, kind of thing. So I know I say kind of thing a lot. I'm trying to emphasize that I realize I'm not explaining it very well. So just take the loose meaning of my words, because I don't feel like thinking them through right now. The other thing that's tripping me up is I'm not sure if I'm supposed to change tactics as it gets more pins. I can't tell if it's getting farther away. So I can't tell if I have to like start from farther on the left, kind of thing. I said kind of thing again. It seems like maybe you want it to go up above the ground a little bit. Like right low to the ground isn't quite good, like what I just did, but with a little bit of height seems to be ideal. I think there's maybe a bit of luck in this, or even if it is consistent, it's like so wickedly precise to the point that it's essentially luck. But I feel like the second I get both of the last two as strikes, I mean that's an instant like 300 points or something, in addition to whatever we got in the first 8. Was it the two at the very edges? Both of the two very corner ones I missed. Wow. See that head pin went flying all over? Ah, okay. That Easter egg is still here where if you get it right on the guardrail, it's an instant strike. So if I'm having too much trouble with the the final one here and I decide to do that, I suppose that's a route. But I'm not able to get it super consistently. But I guess the question in the end is am I able to get it more consistently than actually trying to do it normally? Because doing it normally, I don't think I've got that last one once. So I may as well try on number 8 and number 10. Sorry, number 9 and number 10. May as well go for that thing I just did. And eventually I'll get it and it'll be good. It's very precise. You have to angle it enough that it gets on the gutter, but then have enough curve that it kind of straightens out and hits that button. For basically everyone prior to number 9, I would say it's easier to get the normal strike. But I don't think I've gotten the 9th one once, but I haven't gotten the 10th one at all, I don't think. Doing a normal strike, I mean, that feels just a hint too harsh, so I think it should be like that. Yeah, that'll do. And that's, what, I had like 390, so now plus 180 is only gonna be like 500 something, I guess. But yeah, it's probably worth going for that. As per usual, I've gotten a lot worse before I'm getting better. I got like 5 strikes that first time we did it right, and I've never been able to, I've basically not been getting 3 any time since we got that gold medal. I don't know what it is about me, I just always, I do better than I do worse for like 3 hours. And it's not just this game, I mean, every single video game where there's something hard I have to do, it happens like that. First 2 or 3 attempts, golden. Every time past that, dreadful, and I only get it by being lucky. And I have no idea why it is, but I knew it would happen, so I'm not too put off. Oh, that didn't count as hitting the switch? Weird. Did I really get 1 and a 1 only? 1? Nah, okay. It's too hard to do it consistently. I'll just carry on the way I did. I got sort of close. I'm just getting impatient. But suddenly I'm getting worse at getting the strikes consistently, so my brain was like, let's look for a shortcut instead of just let's focus and do this right. I've had just 1 remaining for like the past 5 of these. I wish there was like a pity thing where if it was really just exactly 1 remaining, it would just give it to you, because look how often I'm getting exactly 1 remaining. And it means I'm like this close to doing exactly what I'm supposed to. At least I think it means that. I should probably take it as a sign that I'm getting close to doing the right thing, but the fact that I keep ending up with just 1 remaining is like, there's something I'm really consistently doing wrong, isn't there? Is the takeaway I have from it. And it's kind of discouraging. Alright, I'm caving. I'm just going to quickly look up the medal scores. Because if it's like 800, I have to be doing way better than I'm doing here. I really need to practice that. But if it's like 650, and I'm close, I just need to get it a little better. Alright, 700. It's kind of what I was expecting, around the area I was expecting. So I'm quite literally like 1 strike off of that. My best record was 611. If I'd gotten the strike on the last one, that would be an extra 90 or so. 700. Not so bad. They hardly ask you to be perfect. Here it is, hitting the trough where I cannot do the first one. It's sad, but it seems to be a part of my process on all of these. I have to hit some point where I can no longer do the first one, like 2 or 3 hours in, and it will be that way just for a bit, and then it will not. Whoa! Holy crap! See that? I was like, yeet! Almost actually got us the strike. So I've run some numbers, and if you don't get a strike on the final one, as far as I can tell, you need to basically get a strike on every other one except for like the first few. So maybe is it only on stage 10 that works? That's a little silly if so. Oh, I see, because this is the only point at which the beams are far enough that it would actually hit those red buttons in the back. Ah. I didn't realize those were the actual things it was hitting. Yes! Close! Oh, I did pretty well.
The high score.
get there soon. It's just frustrating because it's like, it basically becomes get lane 10 simulator, because that comprises like nearly a third of your score, to the point that because getting the actual strike on lane 10 is so obnoxious, doing the button one is easier, but the button one is so precise, it's like, okay, you gotta zoom in, angle it so it's just, this arrow is just a hint to the right of center, then you gotta go here, and then you gotta give it like a big swing with a gentle right turn. Like, it's just that kind of obnoxious to the point where it's like, I'm gonna get it, but it's gonna suck. So again, it's one where getting the platinum medal does not feel like a natural continuation of the rest of the minigame, I guess. Anyway, I better shut up now so you don't have to watch too much more of this. It feels like maybe strikes shouldn't have held as much weight, and it should be more about getting a large number of pins without necessarily being a strike. The other thing is, it's since the hardest thing to do is get that strike on lane 10 of all the things I'm doing here, it would make more sense to do that first, given the option, but I'm not given the option, and that's basically just artificial padding. It's just forcing me to do these first bits over and over again to get a chance at that bit, when really, if I'm allowed to do that bit first, we'd have been at lunch by now, because I could just keep restarting that till I get it without having to go through this few-minute process each time kind of thing. I said kind of thing again. This game has kind of its last thing. As you can see, though, I'm getting this a bit more consistently. Now it's just about picking up those few strikes in the middle. It's just so frustrating that I don't get feedback. Like, that's pretty bang on, and there are 2 that are standing, and I will never know why. With 10, it's a little more obvious. So here I am, just doing this over and over again until I reach the final one with 518, and then hopefully I get that super precise maneuver that gets the strike. But like, will he get the button this time? Wow, look at that. Such fun. Still 200 points below because the start sucked. And of course, when I get back there with 518, I'm sure I'll miss the button. It's fun to do completely unrelated challenges over and over in the hopes that you get them consecutively. It is. Sorry, I'm grumbling again. It's just I've been here for 5 hours, and I know when I land it, I didn't throw it that light. When I land it, I'm gonna feel nothing. I'm gonna be like, good, it's over. And it's usually not the way I like to end a gaming session. Really, what I'm learning is, Jesus, why can't I do this one thing now? What I'm learning is I should never have tried to go for the platinums. The golds have almost unanimously been more fun to attain. One thing I've seen people doing, and at this point I'm just shamelessly looking at guides and trying to copy them pixel for pixel, is point it at the Wii Sports logo on the barricade here, and then wheel back, wheel up so that she's got it above her head, and then swing from there. At least that's what I assume they're doing, because I can't see their camera, but that sometimes does something. Useful benchmark, I suppose. I'm still having the issue of just always having one left. That seems to follow me no matter what strategy I try. Can't. I'm done.
Nice throw. Nice throw.
Okay, good. Dude, this one needed to chill. This one needed to take a Kit Kat and a break. Because, like, honestly, more review in a minute. You'll see me. I'll record it another day, but today, no. Just give me the medal. I'm done. I'm done. Thanks. Thanks. I'm done.
Okay, so there you have it. We did it. I'm happy. That was only 9 hours worth of game, whereas this one took us 9.5. So I should have known we'd get it before then. Yeah, could have done with the platinum score being a little lower. Could have done with the strikes not being worth as much, so it didn't like force you to get the last 3 strikes. Basically, could have done with it asking for a little less precision. Could have done with 1 pin remaining counting as a strike. Like, I don't know, just 1 or 2 little tweaks to make that slightly less agonizing, because in the end it did feel a lot like I was forced to go to the first 6 because they might matter a little bit, but mostly they didn't matter if I got the ladder 4, in which case it was like, why not just start me on the ladder 4 and just ask me to get 4 strikes in a row? It would have been less of a waste of time, but also it's like, it's so specific in what counts as a strike and what doesn't for like anything beyond 40 pins that it's like, just kind of feels like an exercise in time wastage. And ultimately, the takeaway is that I am not the target audience for the platinum medals. I am very much a gold medal kind of player in this game, it would seem, and it was my mistake to think otherwise. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the medals now. So we just have remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're over halfway on them now. Go us. I will try to keep my composure better in the episodes to come. I'm gonna try a target practice next. Get all the golfing ones out of the way. That'll be nice. Oh, this one looks hard. But that's all for now. Next video on the channel is gonna be 2 seconds. The supercut of all of our 9.0 success attempts on Kid Icarus Uprising. Basically just a compilation of every level on the hardest difficulty and us beating him. So it'll be a lot of me being quiet. And once again, apologies for all the grumbling and for the grumbling that is likely to happen in the next 7 medals, if I even get them. But that's all for now, so thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! It's just a lot coming at you. And then even with my claws, I think I had the claws at that point, right? Yeah, surely I did. I couldn't outrun like the foot phase nor the swords phase. I basically had to dodge them pretty well or bring them down so fast that it wasn't an issue. That one took us a few goes, I think, and it was pretty tough. I think it's fun.